Just as investors have managed to put concerns about Europe to one side, new fears have emerged about Asian powerhouse China. After downgrading its growth target, China has recorded its biggest trade deficit in at least a decade, suggesting the problems afflicting its debt-plagued customers are hitting home. But some analysts say the markets are overreacting. Philip Lasker has the story.
Whether the world's major economies are going backwards or forwards, most will probably share one characteristic this year. They'll all be growing sub-trend or below average.
And we do have to get used to this scenario. We have a deleveraging world in the advanced economies, and we have the Asian economies and the emerging economies just growing at a bit less.
Chinese officials have opted for the lesser of two evils, slowing the economy to prevent an inflation outbreak. A slower economy isn't as dangerous to social stability as rising prices, and some analysts say concerns over China downgrading its growth are overblown.
The government politicians will see the target as a minimum level and then try to go above it. In 2011, they set a target of 8% and they achieved 9.2%. In 2012, they set a target of 7.5% and they'll achieve a target of around 8.2%.
Andrew Horden also sees bright prospects for Korea, Taiwan and many economies in Southeast Asia, which leads him to one conclusion about the region.
There can be no doubt that this will be the main growth driver engine of the world in the next 2 to 3 years.
And even if Asia's performance disappoints, many countries still have weapons.
We have seen some easing in inflationary pressures, and most importantly, that provides them with the ammunition to fire should things temporarily take a turn for the worse, so they can provide quite a bit of stimulus.
Stimulus has helped the US economy start growing, but American consumers are still somewhat reluctant to spend because wages have not kept pace with inflation and taxes. So investors are still somewhat reluctant to declare America's recovery sustainable.
There is reason to believe that the level of income support from the Obama administration probably will start to moderate, and that will put a bit of pressure on household budgets, and hopefully there'll be enough growth in the labour market and drops in oil prices to give that spare capacity for consumers to keep spending.
The only certainty is that Europe, which is attempting to avoid recession, won't be playing a part in sustaining global growth.